This is the future.
Today is December 8th, 2024. It is 1:28 a.m. Today's video, I want to cover a little bit about Dealbook Harry interview, a little bit just to document it on this channel. And I came across a video with Serena Williams. We'll go over it really quickly, but the main focus will be on Diana's award. So I came across a tweet that has some videos, and I want to share them with you. And then you know, the rest, I think some of it will be on PYTE as well. Okay, so we'll see. When I'm editing, we'll see. But the first three parts, the first three tweets will be on this channel, and then I'll carry the rest on PYTE. And today, for this channel, our part of Pew Service, I believe today, December 8th, is the day that I could resubmit. Yep, there it is here. You can reapply starting December 8th, 2024, as long your channel meets the requirement. So what they told me, for some reason, okay, your channel ineligible for monetization, our review found that your appeal wasn't successful. You still have opportunity to reapply for monetization. But for some reason, my channel does not have any problem. Okay, so this is the background where all of my videos are uploaded. Okay, and I have some short videos. When I go to filter, one of the things I'm gonna look for is copyright. Do any of my videos have any copyright? Nothing. Okay, for the short videos, I'm gonna do the same. This is all of my short videos. The last one that I posted on here when they demonetized it was this short video. It has 8,732 views. Whenever my videos are having views, they quickly demonetize them. And then I manipulate some of the videos that was in it and things like that. They demonetized it. So when I go to filter, copyright, nothing. There's absolutely nothing wrong with the channel based on their whatever their filters. So what I'm gonna do here, okay, many of those videos mean nothing to me. Oh, what happened now? Let's refresh. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna delete this video. I uploaded September 6th. I'm gonna delete it and then resubmit my application, because when I reapply, I just show you there's absolutely nothing wrong with my channel, but they demonetized it anyway. So I'm gonna delete this one because that was the last one that I put, and it says there's no problem with it, but they will not let the channel go back into the monetization program. I'm gonna delete it because I really don't care. I just wanted to share certain things with you. I'm gonna delete it. Okay, even though YouTube said there's nothing wrong with my channel. That was the last video that I uploaded. It has 8,732 views. That was one of the most watched videos. A lot of other videos, when they demonetized this channel, that's not the first time they demonetized it. Many of the videos were having a lot of views. But when they stay within 100s or couple thousands, like 2,000 here, they're okay with it. But this one, I'm deleting it, and then now I'm going back to this. Wait, first let me make sure it's delete. Go back to content. Oh, it's still working. Let me pause until it's done, because I want to show you when I how do you call this, when I reapply. Let me pause for a few. Okay, it just did it. It says here, oh, it just moved. So it's successful, deleted. Go to short. It's not there anymore. Okay, so I delete it. Now I'm going to earn. I'm gonna reapply for it. Oh, it didn't pop up. Okay, this is where I will have to click. It says December 8th. Today is December 8th. Reapply, nothing. So when it does appear, I'll reapply. I'm not in a rush anyway. But anyway, so there's that here, the background. So we're just gonna go to Twitter. That's all. Let's pause. This will be on the video. I will be sharing this with you, but I wanna go over some other things first. All right, go on PYTE. When Harry appeared at Dealbook Summit, I cover a lot of the things that were popping up on my timeline. Okay, so for the sake of this channel, to document it on here, this is one of video clips I will be sharing with you. Unfortunately, there will be a screenshot for the same reason I just deleted that video on the channel, the short video. Okay, so let's get started. Prince Harry said, "Hold my beer, Duchess. I've got this." All right, so let's listen. It's 1 minute and 43 seconds.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
What I really don't like, and what I find hard to make peace with, is that there are some people on one end of the spectrum who are sitting behind their keyboards writing dangerous or defamatory headlines, knowing that it's going to work as clickbait because any context in the rest of the article protects them and there's nothing you can do about it. And at the other end of the spectrum, you have Nobel Prize winners like Maria Ressa, who's literally putting her life on the line, and war correspondents who again are putting their lives on the line to bring us the truth. So
this, I raised it on one of my videos on PYTE, in the sense of, in term, not in the same aspect as Harry's talking about with misinformation and things like that, even though it's sort of aligned to it a little bit. In terms of the election, democracy, you have some group of people who enjoy the freedom and they go out and do whatever they want, and when it's time to vote to make the proper decision to upkeep democracy, they just hand it over. Meanwhile, there are some people, some activists or groups of activists who working their butt off to maintain the democracy that we have, while the others, they're enjoying it. Everything that they do always fall in line for them, and they think that democracy just come out of nowhere. Okay, that's their right. You know, they, the one who's always preaching, they have their own, this is my freedom to do this, freedom to do that. Yes, you have the freedom to do that, but at the same time, your action and behavior are doing things to destabilize democracy. There has to be a line, okay? Your personal life and private life. I'm almost repeating some of the things Harry have said in past videos, where you have to respect others' boundaries. But some people refuse to obey or respect other people's line of privacy, and they just go out and do whatever, but they don't know there's work that needs to be taken to help sustain democracy. I hope I make sense. I talk about it in one of my videos on PYTE, but I thought this was something else that I brought up regarding his lawsuit, but that's not it. But let's continue.
that to me is the spectrum, and my life has been covered by this end of the spectrum, which I will be damned if those journalists are going to ruin journalism for everybody else because we depend on it so much.
You did say in your book, you said, I began to think at some point that Murdoch was evil. You've had very strong words about Rupert Murdoch and what you think he did in this phone hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
because they
the Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just...
If you follow me on 3 of my channels, I have this one, Output of Pure Service, where I try to focus on his work only. The only reason I'm bringing this, because it's something that he done that sort of aligned with his work a little bit. And I have PYTE, where I still talk about their work, but more in a discussion, gossip, more in a happy space. That's where I put some of Harry and Meghan's thing. And then you have Team Sussex, where I talk about everything. Politics, things that's going with his lawsuit, the left behinders, and things like that. Okay, so some of the things that they're discussing here now, I talk about them on my other channel, Pure Team Sussex. Okay,
settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue.
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
and one of the things that I raised when I first talk about this on my other channel is that there's Harry here who wants to make sure the people, okay, the people of his country have some sort of a closure where they could say, finally, somebody did something about, you know, the papers and things like that. Meanwhile, you have the other group, you know, the papers still, the people he's still having issues with, were calling him, traitor when he left the UK. Again, I spoke about this on my other channel. It wasn't him who left. Him, Harry, and Meghan did not want to leave.
So in conclusion, if you'd had the support, you'd still be there?
Without question.
Yeah.
I'm sad that what's happened has happened, but I know, and I'm comfortable knowing that we did everything that we could to make it work, and we did everything on the exit process the way that it should have been
With
done.
as much respect.
With as much
and,
respect.
Oh my God, we just did everything we could to protect them.
It was his brother, Prince William, who hired Simon Case to write a document. You know, when they did the Syndrome Summit, it was a show for the public to say, oh, they're going to discuss certain things. But in the background, everything was already set.
Began to address Granny about the 5 options. Your Majesty, you've seen the 5 options? Yes, she said. We all had. They'd been emailed to us. 5 different ways of proceeding. Option 1 was continuance of the status quo. Meg and I don't leave. Everyone tries to go back to normal. Option 5 was full severance. No royal role, no working for Granny, and total loss of security. Option 3 was somewhere in between. A compromise, closest to what we'd originally proposed. I told everyone assembled that, above all, I was desperate to keep security. That was what worried me most, my family's physical safety. I wanted to prevent a repeat of history, another untimely death like the one that had rocked this family to its core 23 years earlier, and from which we were still trying to recover. I'd consulted with several palace veterans, people who knew the inner workings of the monarchy and its history, and they all said option 3 was best for all parties. Meg and I living elsewhere part of the year, continuing our work, retaining security, returning to Britain for charities, ceremonies, events. Sensible solution, these palace veterans said, and eminently doable. But the family, of course, pushed me to take option 1. Barring that, they would only accept option 5. We discussed the 5 options for nearly an hour. At last, the bee got up and went round the table, handing out a draft of a statement the palace would soon be releasing, announcing implementation of option 5. Wait, I'm confused. You've already drafted a statement? Before any discussion? Announcing option 5? In other words, the fix was in this whole time? This summit was just for show? No answer.
Okay, the papers, the document that Simon Case wrote for Harry and Meghan to leave was already set. All right, giving him option and all of that. I'll put those clips that demonstrate what I'm saying. Okay, with that being said, let's go to the next one. I don't want to go in the comments because I think I've covered them on my other channel.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
What I really, really don't like and what I find hard to make peace with is that there are some people on one end of the spectrum who are sitting behind their keyboards writing dangerous or defamatory headlines knowing that it's going to work as clickbait because any context in the rest of the article protects them and there's nothing you can do about it. And at the other end of the spectrum, you have Nobel Prize winners like Maria Ressa, who's literally putting her life on the line and war correspondents who again are putting their lives on the line to bring us the truth. So that to me is the spectrum, and my life has been covered by this end of the spectrum, which I will be damned if those journalists are going to ruin journalism for everybody else because we depend on it so much.
You did say in your book, you said, I began to think at some point that Murdoch was evil. You've had very strong words about Rupert Murdoch and what you think he did in this phone hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
Because they
the Murdoch folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
Okay, so let's go to the next tweet. Again, this has to do with Dealbook, and this one is Serena Williams. I want to look much more onto Serena Williams' visit at the Dealbook. I came across this, so I thought I'd share it with you. But at some time, there's like news every day. News every day. As a matter of fact, I'm keeping myself away from the internet a little bit more, but every day there's something going on. As a matter of fact, right now, I believe there was an event that took place in Paris where Notre Dame, the church, was reopened. They had, high-level people over there. And also, Assad has Tapo, and I think he left. He went to Russia or something like that. So these are some of the discussion that is being discussed right now, and I'm not talking about it. Because when I start going into those topics, I talk much more than what is being seen. And then months later, you see some of the things that I said I try to avoid them. Okay? Anyway, the whole point for saying all of this is that I want to go back at some point to see what Serena Williams have said at her appearance at the Dealbook, because it seems like it was a very interesting discussion. Since my channel pretty much catered to Harry and Meghan, yes, she is a friend to Harry and Meghan, but I just think that her discussion is very important. I would like to hear what she has to say and then share them with you. So I came across this, so let's go over it really quickly. Every loss that I had, I kind of needed that to actually become Serena Williams. Good talk. Okay, 2 minutes and 3 seconds.
The GOAT is here, everybody. You can stand for her.
I never wanted to lose. But unfortunately, I think when you do lose, you learn some of your biggest lessons. And every loss that I had, I kind of needed that to actually become Serena Williams. Or I would have never been this person had I not taken some of those really, really hard falls.
And this is something similar to that talk I gave to my son, my oldest. Something that happened. It has to do with basketball. And I had to, I don't know if he got it, but I had to see the other side of things. And I explained to him, like, there's Michael Jordan. When he first tried, I believe, his varsity team, he didn't make it. But that rejection pushed him to become the person that he is now. Now he retired, but he was one of the best basketball players of all time. I think it has to do, when he first tried out for basketball, I knew he wasn't gonna make it, but hey, what's the worst of not trying at all? Because he never played basketball. I didn't want to push him. That's the thing. I didn't want to push him. I introduced him to many things. Some of our friends, when they're putting their kids into things, they offer me and things like that, and I'll try to introduce my kids to them. They didn't want to, and I didn't want to be that parents to keep on pushing them too much. Sometimes they need the push, but I wanted them to be kids. Now, when he was in middle school, he tried for basketball. He didn't make it, and I wasn't surprised. I wasn't surprised at all, because he never played, but I made him try. So when he realized he didn't make it, in one summer, Okay, and one summer he got so good. He practiced, he got so good. He wasn't great, but he got better. And then the next year, literally the next year, he tried out, he made it. And as we go forward, different things are happening, and I keep on telling him it's a process. It's a process. You cannot. I mean, some people have it and some don't, but I had to give him that example of Michael Jordan, and that's what came to mind as I listened to Serena Williams. Sometimes you need that rejection in order for you to look at yourself to make the improvement. Okay, so let's continue.
And some losses that, quite frankly, sucked.
So what happened? What happens though, for you? What's the lesson of that? I mean, are you sitting around moping? Are you thinking about it?
I'm a moper. I definitely mope for a little bit. But then I do something about it. And I would say if I lose, I'm watching the film. And that was very hard, and that was very difficult to go back and to watch the footage of why I lost. But it also helped me, though, because it was like, A, I never wanted to watch that footage again, and B, you have to see why you didn't win. Like with investing, if I do something wrong, and I tell my team all the time, like, if this didn't go well, why didn't it go well? What did we like about it? What can we learn from this? And so bringing that tennis aspect across the board. So I always say that women's sports is not having a moment. It's always been there. We women athletes have always been around. We've always been amazing, and we've always been great. You guys are just noticing. And I think it's important that people realize that.
I just like the way that she put it. It's also the sense that I got from her for saying it the way that she just said it is that she's giving respect to past previous players, whatever sport, female sports of all the board, basketball, I don't know, soccer, any female sport that you could think of. And she said, you're just noticing it. I thought that's a really subtle way of showing respect to previous players. Okay, let me rewind it slightly. I think around here.
This aspect across the board. So I always say that women's sports is not having a moment. It's always been there. We women athletes have always been around. We've always been amazing, and we've always been great. You guys are just noticing.
Yep, great respect.
And I think it's important that people realize that, because Venus and I have been around forever, and we've had the most viewers ever at the U.S. Open and every single Grand Slam of any kind of female, any women athlete ever. But it's also the fact that there's other amazing athletes have been doing so well for so long.
There's the respect.
But now other people are noticing how great they are, and now they're investing in them. And when you invest in women, just like what we do at Serena Ventures, you really see what product you get. There's so much great potential out there.
This is what I'm saying. I'm going to listen to her thing more. If I could find more clips of her at the Dealbook, I'll be more than happy to share with you. I'm telling you, when these brilliant minds are talking, who've made it, they're not just talking, who've made it, okay? I like to share these things with you, okay? I'm not up there, but I like to hear great mind. She's so effing pretty, like. And the other thing, okay, I'm not going to go in the comments because, the last time I shared another clip of her, they were focusing on her beauty only. There's so much more than beauty. There's so much more than beauty. Her work ethic, her thing, and some of our most, when I say our, I'm talking in terms of female, our most critic are us. We criticize other female who's just trying to make it. We criticize them too much for things, minuscule of things. Alright, so let's leave that alone. I do not want to go in the comments because I know some of them already. Alright, so let's go to the next one. Princess Diana. Let's see here. That's the... Okay, let's pause. Princess Diana called Prince Harry good King Harry, and when you look at what's happening today, call it a mother's intuition. Prince Harry taking on Murdoch all the way to court against King Charles' wishes, while Prince William settled and took cash in secret. Mothers always know. All right. So that's the thing as well that I was saying at the beginning, where when he left, okay, they literally push him out. The brother pushed him out, and the papers, the same group of people he's suing, were calling him traitors on their papers. And there he is here. He's standing up not only for what they've done to him, but also what they have done to so many people of his country. And now it seems like it's being transferred over here in the US. I hope something is done soon rather than later. In one of my videos, I say the calm before the storm. There's a calmness that I feel that's going on. Maybe this is the same kind of vibe that I'm feeling, why I should not. I'm literally staying away from Twitter a little bit more. There's some calmness, and I'm afraid when I do those, not really afraid. So when I talk about things, different topics, and I bring my perspective of those things, and I go deeper into those things, and I don't want to scare people. That's the thing. I do not want to scare people. There is a calmness that's happening, and then boom, there's gonna be the storm, and we need to be prepared for it. And the main thing is, I hope everyone find the happy place. Be centered to yourself. Be true to yourself, because when the outside world is gonna be in full chaos, you need to be in your centralized self. Understand your true self, because material stuff, many people will be worrying about material stuff, objects. These will not matter. Just think of what really important to you. Okay, but anyway, let's not go into other branches of things. I'm thinking much more than just what I'm saying. All right, so did I read that? All right, so this is a video, 44 seconds. All right, this has a music in it. All right, if you don't, I don't know, I'll fast forward a little bit. Let me see. So I'm just gonna leave that alone. This is a music. Let's go to the next one.
Hacking scandal. What is the goal of this lawsuit, which has been ongoing now for a very, very long time?
The goal is accountability. It's really that simple.
1,300 people, from what I've read, have settled with
Because they
the
don't.
Murdoch
Because they-
folks. And of the 40 claims that originally joined with you in this action, it's down to now 2. And so you think that everybody's just settled because it just doesn't make any economic sense to continue?
No, I know why people have settled. They've settled because they've had to settle. So therefore, one of the main reasons for seeing this through is accountability, because I'm the last person that can actually achieve that, and also closure for these 1,300 people and families.
Okay, so let's see what's this. Okay, Murdoch firm pays secret phone hacking settlement to Prince William. Details of alleged deal in 2020 giving and legal documents submitted by Prince Harry amid legal fight with Sun publisher. There was a tweet that I saw. The way the squad mentioned it, it's probably further down, and if it happened, it's probably going to be on another channel, not here. So let's read some of the comments here. Thank you for this video you made. There is a rule, self-confident man who is natural before eyes of thousands or millions. Prince Harry, the only Windsor worthy to be a king. Right, so much agree with you. Mothers always know, and Princess Diana knew. She knew Harry will be the better king. As mothers, we know our children. Diana knew. Why the man? Why the man? Why the man? Why the mighty good man? Okay, she misspelled that. Okay, so now we are into the Diana Award. From my understanding, the Diana Award this year, let me make sure. Let me Google it first, because from my understanding, I think they bring in the winners. I guess this is, I mean, when Harry travels, he doesn't travel for one thing. He 3 things: the Dino Award, the Dealbook, and the friend, the artist thing that he did for Santa Bali. So this year, I believe it's his turn to be with the winners, because him and his brother keeping their distance. So he met with the winners in New York. Let me make sure. Okay, let me Google it. Okay, a couple things. Not only did I Google it, and I also opened a new tab on Twitter for the Diana Award. So there are a couple things that popped up. Maybe I'll share some of them with you. Okay, so this is the Google part. In a meaningful interaction with Legacy Award recipients, Kiera Wiyanti, okay, that's the name here, Hutapi Zen, 18, from Indonesia, and I'm sorry if I pronounce your name wrong, and Serena Williams, 27, from Jamaica, whom he met in New York City in September. Harry spoke of his mother's lasting influence. That was 3 days ago. So that did not tell much. Okay. Like I said, I've been off Twitter a little bit, keeping my distance a little bit from social media. So I'm missing a couple things in between. I don't want to give you guys the wrong information. Okay, so here, this was posted December 6th. Your 2024 Diana Award recipients. Say hello to your 2024 Diana Award recipients. Want to find out more about this year's incredible cohort of young social activists? Read our 2024 award. Okay, so there's a link here. I wasn't expecting to do all of this. I'll leave the link in the description. Okay, 2019, okay, so these are past years. So there's this year. The Diana Award Wall of Honor. Diana Award recipient represents some of the most inspirational young people from across the UK and around the world. These exceptional young people have demonstrated their ability to inspire and mobilize new generations to serve their communities and create long-lasting change on a global scale. This is for the changemakers. Okay, so this is for this year. Let's see here. Okay, so these are the names. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys. Let me just read this and then go back to Twitter. Okay, this year's Diana Award recipient represents some of the most inspired. Did I just read that? Okay. This year's Diana Award recipients represent some of the most inspirational young people from across the UK and around the world. These exceptional young people have demonstrated their ability to inspire and mobilize new generations to serve their communities and create long-lasting change on a global scale. Content warning: Diana Award recipient address diverse, often personal experiences that may be difficult to read. Click here to support if needed. Alright, so there's more to it. The link will be in the description. Let me do that now. Okay, so now I'm back to Twitter. I just came from here. Let's listen to this. This is 29 seconds. If there's a music, I'm probably just gonna skip it. There is a music, but let's see if there's anything that is said. Okay, it's just that, music. Is there anything below it? Okay, so that's that saying congratulations. Next tweet: I'm proud to announce that I received a Diana Award today. Watch the 2024 Diana Awards virtual ceremony to support me and other young visionary and leaders here. So this is this person here, Princess Alabi, Diana Award. Okay, so not much is being said. Okay, more music. All right, so you know what? Let's go back. I have the thread. So while I was editing the video, I feel like I didn't have that much information. So I went back to Twitter to look for more information, what was going on with the Diana Award. So I come across some informative tweets. There's this one here. The Diana Award 2024 celebrated 200 extraordinary young people across 45 countries. They were honored during a virtual ceremony. So it was not in person, it was virtually. I mean, I could have put one and one together from my previous tweets that I recorded, but yeah, because they were showing them virtually. That recognized their work and their communities. Okay, so there's that. And there's Harry and Princess Diana. Okay, so that's one tweet, and this one is a video, 1 minute and 43 seconds. And I know from my previous recording, first part of this video, there was a link. I didn't click on it because I just don't want to mess with YouTube. That's a YouTube video that you guys could go and watch. Alright, so there's this one here. Okay, congratulations to Robina Azizi for winning the Diana Award 2024 for her effort to champion girls' education in Afghanistan. This is a big news for Afghan girls who are banned from education and freedom. She advocates for the reopening of schools for girls under Taliban rules. Okay, so 1 minute and 43 seconds.
My focus is not just on my work. I also want to showcase the bravery of a girl denied education who is now standing before you. And I want to emphasize that girls in Afghanistan are very brave, but they need to support of your or our organizations. We should not leave them behind because they are going through very tough and heartbreaking situation, as I once did. So I call on my international friends to help me in this journey I have started for the education of my classmates, girls of my age, and all girls from Afghanistan. I'm looking forward to working together, to exchanging ideas and sharing knowledge and resources in the hopes of providing educational opportunities for girls from Afghanistan. And it is the time to thank all of you, especially the American University of Afghanistan, all our Alliance team members, Ms. Victoria, for giving me the chance to speak, Rana John, and all of you. These 2 days had a great impact on my work. I learned many things that will help me work diligently for the education of girls my age. I hope we can continue our collaboration and achieve many things for those who call us their home.
I have to say her English is pretty good. Pretty good. All right, so this is what I was looking for. 'Cause there's more videos. It's just that I'm afraid to share some videos so YouTube don't come after me. There's a lot of there's YouTube videos you guys could go and check and to see what's going on. But the main thing is I wanted to know if Harry met them in person, but I got the answer. It was virtual. Okay, it was virtual. I'll look for the link to put in the description for you guys. Okay, I'll go back to, oh, there it is. This is the one that I recorded earlier. I'm just gonna grab the link so it will make it easier for you guys. You could go straight to it. Okay, the 2024 Diana Award ceremony. So that link will be in the description. I'm not even gonna play it. Okay, you could go straight to that and watch it. All right, so let me go back. Oh my goodness, of all places that I should have checked first, I didn't do it. This is the main source here. The Diana Award 2024, Sussex.com. I completely forgot about that. So this is the image of them, the recipients. Okay, the Diana Award, established in memory of Diana, Princess of Wales, continues to honor young changemakers making exceptional contribution to social action and humanitarian efforts. This year's ceremony marked a special milestone, the 25th anniversary of the Diana Award, and celebrated 200 extraordinary young leaders from across 45 countries. These recipients honored during a virtual ceremony that was what I was looking for, where if Harry met them face to face, but it was virtual. Okay. These recipients honored during a virtual ceremony were recognized for their transformative work in their communities, their dedication to driving lasting change, and their commitment to creating a fairer, more equitable world. Prince Harry appeared at the virtual ceremony in a recorded message, joined by Legacy Award recipient Gianna Rianti Hutapi Zhang from Indonesia and Serena Williams from Jamaica. The Duke of Sussex paid tribute to the recipients, saying, quote, "I know my mom will be incredibly proud of you guys," end quote. Reflecting on the legacy of Diana, Princess of Wales, he added, "My mother believed in the power of young people to drive positive change, continue to inspire me every single day. No matter the challenges we face, whether it is climate change, mental health, or systemic injustices, her legacy and the effort of young people to inspire further action in the world fill me with hope." For 25 years, the Diana Award has celebrated young changemakers who embody Princess Diana's unwavering belief in the power of youth to inspire meaningful transformation. Supported by Prince Harry, the Duke of Sussex, the award continues to shine a light on those whose courage and determination are a beacon of hope for others. A heartfelt congratulations to all the winners in this landmark anniversary year. Your remarkable achievements and commitment to making the world a better place are truly inspirational. Okay, so this is where I needed to go. I didn't do it. Okay, so that's that. The link of this will also be in the description. Let's go back to the original recording. This, okay? Let's focus on that. Maybe I did put the proper tweet to share with you. I wanted to know more, but it seems like there's not much besides some of the things that I've already put on my list. Okay, so next tweet, and that'll be it. And then the next video will be on PYTE. So this is one of 3 videos. Prince Harry, the Diana Award 2024 full ceremony video. It's on YouTube, so go on YouTube and watch it. I'm just gonna share what's on Twitter, and most likely it will be screenshot. Okay, if I have anything to say, I'll just share my thought with you.
Thank you both very much for the warm welcome. It's great to be here today celebrating the incredible achievements of young people who exemplify the spirit of the Diana Award. Christina and Chiara, I'm especially honoured to have had the chance to listen to your impressive stories and the positive impact you continue to have on young people's lives. The passion that you both bring to bear in pursuing equality, justice and access to education for young people is nothing short of remarkable.
Thank you.
Okay, so it cut short. Okay, so it's on YouTube. Go search for it. This is the second video. Let me pause that as well. This one is only 15 seconds.
Sometimes the world's problems can seem too big for any one person to tackle. But your efforts are a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to contribute to a fairer world. No one is ever a conduit for change alone. And the award recipients we're honouring today are testament to that. Sometimes the world's problems can seem too big for any one person to tackle. But your efforts are a powerful reminder that we all have the potential to contribute to a fairer world. No one is ever a conduit for change alone. And the award recipients we're honouring today are testament to that. Sometimes the world's problems...
This is the thing that I was just saying at the beginning of this video, that it takes all of us in terms of democracy. I think it was somewhere around here, where it takes... Wait.
No one is ever a conduit for change alone. And the award recipients we're honouring today are testament to that. Sometimes the world's problems...
Okay, it takes all of us to make things right. But you have some people, it seems like the old people, the ones who's... death, we cannot say there's a age for when people die. There's some people who live until 114. I think the oldest 114. So the old people, the ones whose times are about to be up or should be up, are the one who's creating the division, the negativity. Meanwhile, young people who's growing up haven't experienced the simplest things in life: love, understanding, respect, ethics. But the old people who have already used and abused themselves, their body all over the world with messing up the young people, and then they're stirring the pot, preventing young people to live in a free and prosperous life. Okay, so that's that. Let's go to the next one, and that'll be the last one, and then we'll do a prayer.
Chiara, my mother's belief in the power of young people to drive positive change continues to inspire me every single day. No matter the challenges we face, whether it's climate change, mental health, or systemic injustices, her legacy and the efforts of young people to inspire further action in the world fill me with hope.
Thank you for all that you do to help elevate our voices and champion our work. Now it's time to introduce you to some of our 2024 Diana Award recipients. Will you do the honors?
Of course, it would be my pleasure. Our award recipients this year are advocates for social action projects that focus on sustainable development goals, including promoting good health and well-being to create healthy lives for everyone, working towards creating inclusive and quality education to make lifelong learning opportunities more accessible, reducing inequalities within communities, and combating climate change to minimize the impact for future generations. Congratulations again, everybody. Now let's see who else is receiving a Diana Award.
All right, so that's that. It's on YouTube. Go check it out. Okay, so this is it for this video. When I start my next recording, which will be on PYTE, this will be the first tweet that I will be sharing with you. That's the one that I was talking about. No wonder why I didn't put it on the first few ones. Okay, why do I get the feeling this is less about discovering new things? All right, so this has to do a little bit about the lawsuit and things like that. So I probably will go in some of the comments, not much, and then oh, is that Boudin? Yeah, when I think about what's happening in the Middle East and things like that, it crossed my mind because I used to watch his show, the Travel Channel, when I had cable, and it takes you. I mean, it's one of those things where, yes, you need to experience certain things for yourself with your own two eyes to taste and feel, but he brings these things to you. He goes to those places where you know, not the so beautiful parts, and you see how people live their life, their food, their culture, their music, and he sits down and drink with them. This is what I miss most about him, his show. And then now you see the Palestinian areas is turned to rubble, and a culture, a generation, how many generations probably just disappear. I wasn't going to talk about it, but when I saw his picture, that's what came to mind. All right, so let's do a prayer. So I will be talking about this on my next video on PYTE. I will have 3 tweets. Hopefully I don't find any more. So let's do a prayer. Prayer for... I've used intuitive on my last video too many times now. Let's see, what's new word I could think of. 2 words came to mind: congressional and satisfy. I do not know. Should I put that? Okay, let me put both of them and see what popped up. If I don't like what pops up, I could go with one or the other. Let's see. Oops, not intuitive. Prayer for congressional. Oops, not congressional. And what was the other one that I just said? Congressional and something. I forgot. When I'm editing, I'll remember. Maybe on my next video. I don't want to stop it and listen to it. Congressional and no, intuitive was what I used. Oh shoot, I should have just typed it and stopped talking. Let's see, that's the only one I remember now. Congressional. All right, image. Okay, not much. Damn, what was the other word? I just said it. What is that? Gracious. Okay, so there's a prayer here. Let's go with that one. Gracious Father, we pray for your Holy Catholic Church. Fill it with all truth, and all truth with all peace. Where it is corrupt, purify it. Where it is an error, direct it. Where in anything it is amiss, reform it. Where it is right, strengthen it. Where it is in the want, provide for it. Where it is in divided, reunite it. For the sake of Jesus Christ, your Son, our Savior. Amen. It's funny, this is the one that I read because I was looking at some image. I specifically decided not to put it. Well, who knows, I might even put it on my... I didn't even put it on the list at all. Where you see Trump and some of the royal family and the church of... what's that church in France that they just reopened? Notre Dame? Because there was a fire a couple of years ago. They restored it and now it's reopened. And you see so many of these people who are in the church, who's doing some immoral things. And I'm Catholic. This is, I mean, every form of religion, in my humble opinion, have been hijacked. If you've been listening to some of my videos on my other channels, I've always said, religion is like a tree. Spiritual is like a tree. All different religions are different branches of it. Just like, for instance, you could have different interests. You like sports, you like to do travel, you like cooking, you like to swim, you like all this type of thing. This is how I see religion. And it all forms under one tree of the spiritual world. But some people have hijacked every branches of that tree and pretend they are like they know God. But when you look at their action, their behavior, their moral, it's just evil that takes over. So this is where I think I said it at the beginning of my video, of this video. Luckily, I didn't do another video where I will be confused where I said it, but it was this video because this is my first one, where we need to be central to ourselves. Be true to ourselves. Even though you hear people are saying things, even from the church itself, when they are saying certain things, you need to, yes, you could listen for guidance and whatever, but look deep into yourself. Analyze it. Does this fit your moral, your ethic, your spiritual morality, your spiritual ethic? Does it fit you? Because when you look at those MAGAs people in the US, my goodness, what do they truly believe within themselves? Deep core within themselves. It's not what other people are telling them or their church are telling them, but themselves, when they go outside, when nobody's watching, what do? Do some of those people who's preaching to you fit your morality? These are the things every single human being, even when I'm saying it, you need to think to yourself, what am I saying, me, as I'm speaking? Does these things make sense to you? How can you apply it to yourself or remove it from yourself, or see different branches of yourself to see this doesn't fit me, so it sounds good, but it doesn't apply to me. You don't automatically just listen to someone who's saying corruption. They say they God, but they say telling you to go do corrupting things, and then you just go do it because it came from the church. I just don't understand this. How people, many of these people are good people, but they put their entire being into the church when it is human being like themselves who take full, as if they, I don't even know the word for it. They hijack it and they make it seems like they know God better than anybody, and then therefore you must listen to them, otherwise you not be accepted into the godly thing or something like that, when in fact God listens to you. He understands. You don't need to be in a church for God to listen to you. This is one thing. Okay, I'm branching out and I should finish with this video, right? So through that, they reinvent themselves, to manipulate the mind. It's just too much. It's just too much. But all in all, people need to really look deep into themselves. What it is that they all about. What makes them who they are. Because life is not supposed to be that hard at all. But it is us who's making it harder for each other. Okay, when you look at the election that just happened here in the US, many of those people were voting to hurt others. But meanwhile, they didn't know some of the things that Trump was doing will affect them as well. So this is what I mean. People need to look deep into themselves and see what they're all about, and then practice it. You don't need some people who telling you they closer to God, they know God better than you and all of that, to demonstrate, or not demonstrate, to sort of tell you this is the way you should live your life. But anyway, let's leave that alone. Alright, so please take a moment to subscribe, like, and share. If you want to support this channel, there's a PayPal link in the description. You could donate. Those who have donated, thank you. I'm gonna do my next video on PYTE, and I thought this will be available for me to reapply. It's not happening yet, so I'll check later on today. Okay, so that's that. Thank you for watching.
Never revolution. This is the future.